What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. We are here. Happy Juneteenth to everyone. Today, I have another podcast for you. It's Friday, June 19th, 2026. I am your host, Shahir Henderson, and we are here to talk about another subject circumventing my theory, the look at me theory. One of the most serious, I wouldn't say serious, tropes that circumvents this theory is the trope about a trophy wife. And what is a trophy wife? And when did this term into the United States vernacular? So let's get into it. Um, in 1961, there was a book called The Single Woman, where the author Phyllis Rostener mentioned that the woman who was as hard to get because of birth or wealth or beauty can be put or kept on exhibition like a mammoth tusk or prime Picasso, somewhat like a trophy, right? Now, the actual term was not used until August 28th, 1989, in Fortune magazine. Editor Julie Connolly prominently used the phrase in her Fortune cover story on executive marriages. The article likened such unions to trophy real estate investments that enhance the man's prestige. So this Fortune 500 guy has this woman on his arms, and what better woman to have than a beautiful, elegant, and head turning woman, somewhat like a trophy that he could show to people and put on exhibition for other men to say, look at this. This is the example of what a great wife is. But when you look at the term, right, you look at the only thing being represented here is how good the woman looks, how beautiful she is, how many heads she turns when you're out in public. That's the only thing that's being, you know, promoted here. But the question that the look at me theory has to ask is, what about her mental state? What about her mental state? Let's think about some women from the 60s, right? Marilyn Monroe, Elizabeth Taylor, um, um, Eartha Kitt, and women of that nature. Very beautiful women when you look at them. But what was going on inside? You understand? Marilyn Monroe died from drug usage, a drug overdose. Elizabeth Taylor was married 5, 6 times. I'll put the actual number up in the video. And Eartha Kitt, later on in life, we seen her in the video talking about she's still trying to find love. Love. So what's going on inside of these women? Inside of them. And that has to be the question that many men need to ask themselves. You don't want a trophy wife, you want a stable wife, a wife whose mental state is at a calm, content level, not one that's ravaging and raging inside, but at least she look good. At least she's pretty. At least if I walk through the mall, all of the men gonna tell me, hey, you're a lucky man. You got a winner. And all these other great things that is gonna make you feel so good about it, but you're dealing with hell at home. Your house is not a home. It's not. It's a melting pot. Because there's so much hell and brimstone is going on there that your house is a melting pot. And just like the melting pot in Nashville, you feel robbed because you probably gave 250,000 of your dollars to this lady only for her to turn around and not be what you invested in. Sorry, ladies, if y'all hear this and say invested in, but most of the time, this is what these top level guys are doing. They're thinking that they're investing in something that's going to turn out great, when in all actuality, it could be something that'll bite them in the ass. And this is all because you took on this analogy or this vernacular that the trophy wife is something that you wanted to give to your wife. When in all actuality, she needs a therapist. That's what you need to give her. And she needs some help. That's what she needs. Because beauty, although is in the eye of the beholder needs to hold on to a therapeutic card or a therapist's card and then go see them, sit in their chair, and talk about some things that happened to them in their childhood that may still be bothering them to this day. Don't let words such as trophy wife make you feel as though you need to seek the word. No, you need to seek the word, the Bible, or anything that can help reach or you reach a better plateau in your relationship, a calm, cool, collective plateau, the three C's that you're going to see come and form into your majesty, excuse me, as I used the wrong verbiage, your majesty, your queen, your woman, your, as I throw up air quotes, trophy wife, who may eventually turn into happy life, happy wife. We all know where that comes from. The mere fact that your wife may not be a happy person internally in her happiness initially needs to come from you. All of this goes into what the look at me theory is going to talk about. All of this. Because in society, society consistently promotes beauty and wealth as what you need to acquire and not psychological wellness and health. So, as I come to a close, on your journey to finding the best connection you can, gentlemen, make sure you're not necessarily looking to be rewarded with a trophy, but you're looking to be rewarded with someone who's going to bring peace, honor, and control to your relationship. And then you both will be rewarded as each other's trophy, and in a good way, not in a bad way. What you think? I want to know in the comments. So that's it. That's all I have. There's going to be a lot more. Again, the look at me theory does not completely become structured until December 27th, 2027. So we got a long way to go. But what do you think about this? I want to know. Leave your thoughts in the comments of this podcast or where I share this podcast. You guys, you have a great rest of your Juneteenth and you have a great weekend. Today, Friday, June 19th, 2026. With your understanding, compared with my understanding, we can create a greater understanding. You've been listening to Relationship Stuff 101 podcast. I'm your host, Shahir Henderson, and I will talk to you in the next one. Peace out.